Joining. Today is May 3rd, 2023, and we are going to go over our mortgage rates, how's the market performing, and we are going to go over LLPA, which is your loan level price adjustments. And there have been pretty big changes to it, and it's been on the news a lot. So we don't want you to be misinformed. So we want to teach you and tell you guys what is LLPA, and how does it work. Okay, so we'll go through that as well. But we want to start off with this: don't negotiate with your commission slide here. This is very important to me personally because it the deal will close even if you try to give up your commission or not, right? The last thing that you want is to give up your commission. If you have to give up your commission, please, as a broker, talk to me first. Hey, here's the situation. I have to give up X amount of money to make this deal happen. And maybe I can advise you, of, maybe a different way of saving that deal and not just giving up your commission. We all know how hard you guys work. We all know how hard it is to get a deal done. And we know that after getting it all the way to the closing, something happens, you guys don't want that deal to fall through, so you guys say, hey, I'm willing to give up, $2,000, $5,000, ridiculous amounts that shouldn't be the case, especially if the listing agent is not willing to give money. Okay, you have to save a deal, and let's say, you guys have to come up with $2,000, and listing agent is providing $1,000 from his commission or her commission, and you're giving up $1,000. Maybe that's fair. But if you're gonna give up $5,000 from your commission and listing agent doesn't touch his, we don't want that. He's gonna or she's gonna try to save that same deal much as you do. So please don't give up your commission or don't negotiate with your commission at all. Okay. I hope everybody's on the same page with me. Okay. But if you run into any situation, please talk to me before you tell them that you're ready to give up. And the listing agent will ask you in writing that you're willing to give up. So you don't want to go through that. We had another closing where, through another brokerage, where the commission was less than what it was listed. So if MLS listed it for 2% and then you end up getting 1%, there's a problem, right? So the way you want to save yourself when you're putting in your offer, print out the broker full from Stratus. It clearly tells you how much commission you're going to make. So there's no ifs and no buts at the closing table. Hey, this is the MLS listed it for. This is my commission invoice. That's what I need to get paid. If you don't, we have a case against that brokerage and we can take some action. So please protect your commission at all times. Okay. Any questions, concerns, you guys can put in the chat box or just unmute yourself and speak up. Okay. All right, guys. So now let's talk about mortgages, right? We want to talk about, as realtors, we should just know what options are out there for your clients, not necessarily know all the details. The more you know, the more knowledgeable you are. That's great. We don't want to discourage you on that. But as a realtor, we should know if your client is getting an ARM loan or FHA, conventional, because you're the one who's putting in the offers. And most likely the listing agent is going to have a conversation with you. Hey, you put in an offer, how strong is your client? And then they want to probably talk to the loan officer as well. But from your end, you should be knowledgeable on these things, and that's what we're going to go over. So for your home mortgages, first, the most dangerous one is called adjustable rate, right? It's also called the ARM, right? The pro for this usually is that if the interest rates in today's market is 6.5, you probably get a little bit lower for your ARM loan because you're starting off, right, with ARM, and it will change. That's the con part. That's the negative part for this. It's very risky. If the interest rate market goes up, your interest rates will change. So if you're a first time home buyer, nobody recommends ARM loans. But there are some loan officers out there just to make some money, or they're not so ethical, probably throwing ARM loan application for your client without them knowing and without them, really explaining to you. So as long as you know your client is getting an ARM loan, tell them, are you really sure? Are you know what you're getting into? If you hear adjustable, like this slide says, just run the other way. Okay. you don't want adjustable uh, rates. If you're a first-time home buyer, you probably want to go with FHA or have at least see the options for your FHA. Right? With FHA, there's a pro for this that you can put down as low as 3.5%. But there's a cost for that. There's an upfront PMI cost, right? It's also known as MIP, mortgage insurance premium, at closing at 1.7%. So almost 2% extra FHA client has to put in. Okay. So maybe FHA is not the best option. If you have served in the military or if your spouse has served in the military, you may be qualified for a VA loan, a veterans loan. And because you serve the country, now the country wants to help you out. Again, you can buy a house with a VA loan with 0% down. But at the same time, as loan officers, we don't recommend putting down 0% because you will have zero equity in it as well, right? We always show you that when you starting off with your loan, you're paying a lot more in interest in the beginning and principal in the end. So when you have a VA loan, you have zero equity. It's going to take you a long time to build your equity. So if you have savings of 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever you can put down for your VA loan, we recommend it so you at least have some equity in it just in case if the market crashes or goes down, your price value goes down, you have negative equity if you put down zero in the beginning. VA program is great, but at the same time, it's not for everyone and it does have some risk into it, right? So, what is the winner here? In most cases, the winner and majority of the loans that we see are fixed rate conventional loan. These loans, the interest rate will never change. These are great for your first time home buyers as well. And they can put down even lower than FHA. They can put down 3% in some cases. Okay. Majority of the cases in conventional, we see at least 5 or 10% down. But if they have enough savings and they want to save on these and avoid these private mortgage insurance, then the client will put down 20%. Majority of the time, if they have less than 20%, they can still get a conventional loan. And a loan officer will typically compare these for your client. Hey, for FHA, you can put down 3.5, but you're gonna pay, almost $20,000, $15,000 in closing costs. Here's the breakdown. Same thing for your conventional. Most of the time, conventional loan turns out to be better because there's no upfront cost that the FHA has. Okay. Once you hit your 20% equity in conventional, you don't have to refinance. With FHA, if they put down less than 10%, they do have to refinance at some point because that mortgage insurance never goes away on a FHA when they put down less than 10% as their down payment. All right. So when you hear conventional fixed rate, that's your most popular, that's what your client is on, then you should have no problem submitting your offer and moving forward. Any questions, concerns on these type of loans? They are very straightforward, but you guys should know the pros and cons of this. hmm hmm You have to buy a house within 500,000. That $50,000 down payment is included in that. The home value has to be $500,000. Okay. Yeah, not 550. Yeah. Some banks will even give you a breakdown on the down on their pre-approval letter. Hey, they can get the loan amount could be 450, but their purchasing power or the price for the property can be 500,000. Some of them will simply say 500,000. Do not include the down payment on top of that. Okay. Any other questions, concerns? All right. All right. All right, guys. So now let's talk about the interest rates. Interest rates compared to last week did not change much. Is around still the same 6.43 according to Freddie Mac. And let's see for our mortgage news daily, and it's 6.58. Okay, it did go down from yesterday, but it's still hovering around the same as last week when we spoke on Wednesday. Okay, and in the news now, the home prices gains are shrinking but still up. That's according to the mortgage note. Another one, this is from on May 1st, housing market slows down, continues, right? And we'll talk more about that in details here. According to Housing Wire, home prices climb amid your shrinking inventory, modest bump in demand. We know that demand is going up a little bit. We did a video on Brooklyn the other day. I was pretty surprised to learn that the inventory it was increasing about 8% in Brooklyn. So that's a good number. We want to see more inventory so we can serve our clients that we've been waiting um, for months and months, right? So the demand is going up a little bit. Interest rates are not budging much, around still the same. The home prices grew for the 113th fourth consecutive month here, and this is for the whole U.S. The prices grew around 3.1%. We see that majority of the time with our listings as well. When we're talking to the seller, this is a conversation I was having with last week with one of the sellers there. Uh, True value around $600,000, but his renovations additional, he's saying $100,000. We don't know how true that is. $700,000 total, and then with the fees and all that, listing it for like maybe 740. Well, and your geo data and all that is showing around 650. So you're gonna have trouble selling that property. But the prices are going up and up a little bit because of the way the market is functioning right now. But when you're talking to the sellers, they always want the highest. They always want to tell you the highest thing that is possible. When you do your comps, just keep it realistic. This way you will not lose that client. Otherwise, if you overprice it, you will lose them anyways because you're not gonna get the offers. So keep it very realistic. You guys are the professional. Do your research, and then talk to them. Okay. But overall prices are not budging. This was a funny article that I saw. A 20-year-old guy pays $62 a month to live in a dumpster that he built for $5,000, and I just found it funny. And when I was looking here, that was in in London, I believe, and then someone did it in Georgia here, Atlanta, Georgia. Tiny homes. They are not available in New York City. We have very zoning restrictions here with so you just can't build anything like this. But I just thought it funny that people are doing a lot to live in a property. So we take a lot for granted, but people are struggling in many levels when it comes to housing market. Okay. Mortgage applications fell last week. Even the interest rates were declining a little bit, but when we compare week over week, is not changing much. The springtime is here. We're in spring, so we're expecting more applications to come in. So these numbers will change. Okay, and this is a economic events and data release from February 2023, and the interest rates for in interest rates category, right, for your 10-year treasury yield rose around 3.92. The housing fell around close to a 1%, but we spoke about this last time too. Around the new construction rose around 7%. Okay, the labor market is doing just fine. So our labor market, interest rates, everything is connected with one another. So unemployment rates is not too bad at all. As long as it's less than 5%, is great. Right now is at 3.4. The wages are increasing around 4.4%. The inflation is adjusting as well. So as realtors out there, we just want to know the market is doing okay. With other sectors, same thing with the housing. If you have a client, they're ready to purchase, you can help them out. you know as long as the inventory is there, you can find them a property. Just keep at it, keep showing them much as possible, and get to your closing, guys. Okay, so let's talk about your mortgage fee structure. So when you're buying a house, right, so you have your closing cost. So government started in 2008 to start charging extra fees for foreclosures. So if the market ever crashes, so the government is actually charging for every loan out there. but the fee structure has changed. So that's why you're seeing a lot in the news now that, hey, people with lower credit score will have lower fees. It is true in some sense, but some articles are saying no. If you have good credit, you're still being penalized a lot. That is true to a certain extent. We're gonna go over and show you a full chart if your credit score is what and where you will fall. But just know that the fees did change, and it started on May 1st. So even the applications that was already in process, as long as you're closing after May 1st, 2 days ago, you're going to get charged with these new structure, and we're going to go over those. Okay, so what is the purpose of this fee, right? This is basically to help out people who are struggling to purchase their home, first homes, right? So the government lowered those fees for them. You have bad credit score, no problem, we're going to try to help you out here. But now even people with the good credit score, they get penalized a little bit with higher interest rate or higher fees. Okay, so let's go through this chart here. Okay, so let's start with this scenario. So let's say your credit score is less than 620, right? If it is less than 620 and you're going to put down less than 5%, you're going to benefit the most from this change. Okay, so you can see that if you see these bars in blue, that means it's a good thing. If you see it in red or orange or red, that means there was an increase. So it's a negative to you, right? So let's just break this down now. So this column here is your FICO score. This is your loan to value. Okay. So if you put down 20% in your down payment, your loan to value is 80%. That means 80% you owe the balance, 20% you put in your money. So you're buying a house, your credit score is less than 620, and you're going to put down less than 5%. Before before this change, you were paying 3.75 in fees. That's a lot. 3.75. And now with the new LLPA is going to be 1.75. That's huge, right? That's going to help them out in the closing cost. So that's your worst case. How about if you have more than 780, you have excellent credit score, and you're going to put down less than 5%. Your change is not much, right? It's still fine, but it's not hurting you. It's still benefiting you as long as you're putting less than 5%, even if your credit score is 780. Who's getting hurt the most here is the middle piece right here. This is if your credit score is 740, between 740 and 759, that's right here, and you're going to put down 20%. Before your fees were 0.25, now it's 1%. 0.75% jump, that's a lot. That's what is going to get hurt. So maybe this client might say, or this borrower will say, instead of me putting down 20%, maybe I'll just put down 10%. Okay. I'm still paying a higher fee, but it's not as much. Okay. And when we're doing these calculations, we're talking about, less than $100 if the loan is, $400,000 um, per month. Okay. But this is where he's getting hurt the most. This is another scenario. These are most clients with a credit score of 720 and 739. Before they're getting hurt a lot too. Before their fees was 0.50 and now it's 1.25. Does that make sense? So different clients with different credit scores and different down payment will have these fees, right? And these rates are changing effective May 1st. How does it affect your client? It does, because depending on which level they're in, they might be already under contract and they have to pay these fees because they are affected on May 1st. Okay. When we're talking about this, When we're saying it went from 0.25 to 1%, does not mean that the interest rate went up. It means that this is the percentage of the fees that they have to pay. Okay, whatever the loan amount they're getting, this is the fee they have to pay for that loan amount, not the fact that the interest rate is 1% higher. It's not the case. Okay, there's a difference between fees and a rate. If the rate was like this, it would be a huge difference, but now it's just the upfront cost to get that loan. It went from 0.25 to 1% for a typical client that has 740 or above credit score. Okay, they also, hopefully all the lenders will include these too. Before we were saying the bar was 740. If you have credit score of 740, you don't need to work on 760 or 780. Now with these new tier levels, that if you have even better than 740, 760, you will have better terms and better fee rates. Okay. Questions? I'm pretty sure you guys have some. Does it affect you? Okay, 680. How much they're putting down? 10%, 20%? Okay. So 10%, not much change. Before their fees were 1.25, now their fees is 1.375. Okay. It increased a little bit, right? So not much. Yeah. So, like I said, this piece right here on the bottom is all good. It's like the government is helping out clients that have lower credit score, so they have less fees, right? So you qualify because there's less fees now. Great. But this part right here, that's what's hurting clients that has good credit score. Now they will debate, hey, should I put down 20%? Or the loan officer will tell them, either you could put down 10%, put in or 5%, get lower fees compared to this here, 1.25 to 0.875, right? You can do the calculation. The loan officer will tell them, hey, it's better to put down 10%, if that's if you want to save some money on the closing costs. Or some clients don't want to budge. If they have 20%, they'll pay that extra and don't have to worry about their mortgage insurance. So every client will have their different scenarios, their own situations. But just know that these changes are coming. So when you see these articles or having a conversation with your clients, and they say, hey, did you hear about this LLPA? And if you say, what is that? That's a problem. We should know what LLPA is: loan level price adjustments. And these are upfront costs that every since 2008, every loan has been there, but just the fee structure has changed. Okay, who's benefiting? People with lower credit score, right? They will pay less fees. Who's hurting? People with a little bit better credit scores. Okay, that's the concept of it. Questions, concerns, anything on your mind, guys? Okay. So they have, we said LLPA, loan level price adjustment, credit score, down payment. We said that, right? But there are other factors as well. There's property type. If it's going to be a single family, there's a different fee. If it's a condo, co-op, two family, 3 unit, 4 unit, it will be different fees based on that. Loan purpose as well. If it's going to be a purchase, refinance, cash out, so that's another factor. Okay. Another factor is if it's high balance loan, or if it's going to be a second home. So any of these factors are included in your LLPA. Okay. You as realtors will probably never see this part, but the point of this is to educate you guys that these changes are happening now. So if you guys are in the market now, you're having a conversation with these clients, you should know what this concept is about. Okay. Uh, so this was good, right? Even Wall Street Journal gets it wrong, right? They mentioned, and then they corrected this, that buyers with strong credit scores between 720 and 739, who makes 15 to 20% down payment, will see their rates increase by 0.75. Again, this is dead wrong, right? It's not the rate that's going to increase. It's just the percentage of fees that they're going to pay at the closing is increasing. Huge difference. Okay. Any questions? That was our main topic, guys, for today. You guys have any questions on that? Okay. Next, there has been closing happening with our team, even if they're off market, on market, does not matter how we're doing them. Guys, our disclosures are super important now. We are a growing team. Any day the state can come, knock on the door. They want to see all the disclosures. We want to have everything on file. Okay. So these disclosures that we have, everything is built in your dot loop, right? You want to learn the system, use them, and attach all the files that you have for your clients in that dot loop. Okay. So if you create a file, you want to name it your client's name, word buyer or seller, and then your name, right? Because you selected this as a template for buyer side, you're going to see all your disclosures that you need from the buyer side. Okay. Julian, I think you got to turn off the camera, bro. Okay. Thank you. No problem. Yep. So, like I said, offer sheet is great. You guys putting in the offer sheet. The disclosures is what we need the most, right? And as soon as you are putting in the offer, that's when you want to make sure you have all your disclosures signed. Wait until last minute. You don't want to be like looking when we need to, because when the time comes for the commission invoice, when I'm sending it out to the attorneys, I have to make sure that we have your agency disclosures on file. Okay, can't stress that enough. Please make sure all your disclosures are on file at the right time, right? And the right time is your offer letter. You're submitting your offer letter, you have your pre approval, you have your proof of funds if needed, and you have your offer letter. You want to make sure you have your agency disclosures signed. Everything is built in. If you, I'm not gonna go over this because of there's agents that's experienced, they already know this concept. But if you need any help, you want to go to our website, ljagent.com, right? That's your agent's resource center. You can even book your, schedule meetings with me or just through right here. Okay. Most important is your training videos right here. There's two very important videos here. This one shows you how to add a transaction to dot loop. It starts it's a 9-minute video. It will go from start to finish. And second is how you fill out your offer letter. Again, if you're a brand new agent, you should be watching this video, how to fill out your offer letter at least 2 or 3 times and actually practice with your own numbers, and don't make even numbers, put odd numbers. Let's say you want to put an offer for $573, whatever the case might be. You want to put different numbers, and the concept is the same. Okay. But just got to make sure you guys know how you submit your offer letters. If you're brand new, haven't done it yet, when you fill out your offer letter, just text me, call me, tell me, hey, you filled out your offer letter, review it with me, make any changes if I have to, and tell you guys about it. But if you guys watch these two videos, you guys will get the hang of it. Okay. So dot loop is very important. On top of that, when you before you even start sending anybody for signatures here, right? You want to add those people here. You want to add their name. You yourself will be there. We will be there as admin. So you want to add, the attorney. You want to add your clients in there. So this way, when you have your offer sheet and you're filling it out, you can assign it right away. You don't have to add them anyhow. This is where you want to add all the people that's involved and your task, right? If you already submitted your offer, these four things should be filled out or checked off already. You have your offer letter, you have your agency disclosure, you have your pre-approval proof of funds. Check them off, so this way you know where the file is moving to. Okay. Not to dwell too much on this, but please watch these two videos if you have to learn about dot loop. If you have any trouble logging in, just send me a message and I'll double check your account. Okay. Some of you guys are making videos online. Some of you guys were asking me about my hyper local videos that we make for TikTok and social media and everything. Uh, Once you logged into your Stratus listings, market stats, and you could pick a county, you could pick a town, anything you want. Since we're in Queens here, we'll select Queens and submit. And then take this information, analyze it, and put it in your own words in any way you want. You have your supply chain, you have your demand, you have year to year comparison. You don't have to say everything. Just say a few things of this, pick a market, and make your videos. You know, so that's one. Second is on reports.onekey.mls.com. I'm gonna put that in the chat. It's a long URL, and you guys can do a research there too. So it's a market generator. So you can select Queens or any area you prefer, residential, pick the variables, the time frame, and then generate. And then you'll get the results here. Again, pick the one that you want, the one that, let's say you're doing a report on March, so talk about March here, pick a few things from here, few things there. Since you're only making a minute or 2 minute video, so these stats are more than enough. It just depends on how you digest it, how you actually, write it in your own words. And if the video is going to be a minute long, it's going to take you probably 15 to 20 minutes to actually write up the video. Once you start writing up the video, shoot, practice, practice. You're going to make mistakes. I still make mistakes. Okay. So just like, the main thing is just like keeping consistent and doing your research. And these two tools are there for you at your fingertips. Okay. Both of these tools are available for all our realtors. So take some information from here, take some from here, and then do your video, guys. Okay. If you want to do it with me here in the office, hey, let's pick a topic, let's do a video together. I'm all up for it, right? Just that I don't know who's mentally ready, who's not, you know? So if you ever guys want to do that, we can do it in the office here. Okay. Again, this research here, guys, for home search process, 47% of the home buyers take their first step, right, of buying a home is looking online, right? We have created a website for you. You have a website that I see some activity going on with on individual level from the agents, so that's good. But you want to basically test out your website first, make sure that you know how it's functioning, and then encourage your clients to do it. You have to tell them, hey, instead of going to Zillow, you can just stay on my website and take a look at any property that come on the market, right? They already set up alerts on Zillow and all that. We're telling you that you have to follow up on your end from KV Core and send them listings so they can stay on your website instead of going to Zillow or anywhere else, right? 86% of the recent home buyer found their real estate agent to be very or somewhat helpful, right? Our agents here, we want to educate you guys every week. Even if you guys take one thing out of these meetings every week, right, it will make you a better realtor, right? Just because you're staying in up to date with the market, with the interest rate, with the changes that's coming. What else is there? You have the tools to show them the properties, right? The missing part is yours, right, of hustling, keeping up with your clients. That got to come. And remember this stat here: 10 weeks. How fast are you guys giving up on your clients? Buyers typically search for 10 weeks and looked up at least 5 houses, right? And viewed 4 homes online, right? They're doing the research online and then they're viewing the properties. If they're not doing it with you, they're doing it directly with the listing agent on an open house, right? Some of them are trying to go deeper and finding out the listing agent's information and trying to contact them directly. So you got to be make sure that you're bringing value to that client. You know, nearly all buyers use online tools to search their process at 96%. That's a lot. That's almost everyone. Okay, even if it's a client that's looking for a property and they're not too tech savvy, probably their kids are. Okay, so we're competing with Zillow and their kids. So you got to make sure that you're the realtor. You're more informed than them. Okay. And it comes down to putting in the work, guys. Realtors can have all the tools, but on the last video that we made that a realtor can make up to $85,000 on average. That's your experienced agents, right? What is the difference between an experienced agent and a brand new agent that's just starting out, right? Brand new agent would not know the process. If you close one or two deals, or if you're working with a brokerage like us here, where we're non-producing, we're putting in all the work for you guys. We're there to help you guys out. Hey, you're doing a transaction. We just want to make sure that you can take them to the closing, right? We're not worried about, hey, I have my clients to worry about. No, our clients are your clients, so you have to put in the work. Even if you're brand new, you can compete with realtors that's 15, 16 years of experience and make the same amount of living as they're doing. Okay, it's just about putting in the work. And yes, it's very simple to say, hey, I'm going to put in the work, but what does that consist of? Right? That's like you actually putting in writing that, hey, I'm going to do this at this time, and being consistent at it. Hey, I have 10 clients. I know their names. Okay, I know their situation. I know if they're going to be looking for a property in the near time or not, and I'm okay with that, because we just saw that it takes 10 weeks for a typical buyer to make their move. They're buying a house, so it's going to take a long time. You got to keep following up. You just can't give up on them. If you know their needs, you're going to be fine with it. And they're going to understand the fact that you understand their situation, and they're going to try to stick with you. Not every client is loyal, but majority of them are. If you keep bringing value to them, they will notice and will appreciate it. Okay? We talk about this many times. If you're not adding your clients to KV Core right away, there's a problem. If you're not setting up alerts, there's a problem. You would come to the closing, after the closing, hey, here's my check, but you never added that client to KV Core. I'm glad that you closed, but maybe you could have closed even faster with these tools, right? You don't want to miss out on anything, and you don't want to do a search. Some of these guys are doing searches on Stratus. Hey, I have a client. Let me see if there's something new available today in Stratus here. Why would you want to do that when you have KV Core and everything is built in? Right? If you want to know more about that, again, on ljagent.com, first two videos. First one shows you how to add a client to KV Core. The second one shows you how to set up alerts in KV Core. Okay, so you want to watch these videos. Again, if you need any assistance, you do that. But every client should be in KV Core and setting up alerts right off the bat. Okay, the goal here, that our average agent to close at least 10 deals a year, and that's not a lot. But at the same time, when you see the averages currently, that's a lot. How do we gonna go from where we are at right now to closing more deals? Is by just encouraging you guys to put in the work, guys. All these tools are great. These leads are great. You can get a lead. You can spend $500 on your leads, but if you're not following up, you're not being consistent with them, they will go elsewhere, right? We hear that a lot. That, hey, not a lot, but at least somewhat, that clients are complaining, hey, this your agent haven't followed up with me yet. I haven't received any text messages yet. Right? As soon as we're sending you guys the lead, or if you have your lead in your own, within 15 minutes it should be in KV Core. Next 15 minutes they get their KV Core alerts, and they're searching for properties. And we went through our questionnaire too, that when you sending them the property, the reasonable number of property that you want to send them is between 20 and 50. So if they're looking for in Queens area here, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, around $700,000, you want to send them everything that's available from KV Core and ask them for feedback. Hey, I just sent you 23 houses. I'm just trying to see if you found at least 3 to 5 of them that I can show you. Even if they don't give you 3 or 5, even if they give you 2, that's still good enough. Contact the listing agent right away and show them the property. You can literally do all of this that we just spoke about within 24 hours. And yet we hear that, hey, it's been 2 weeks and I haven't heard that anything from your agent. That's the last thing we want to hear. So please put in the work, use your systems, send them alerts, and then keep following up with it. There's no stop until the closing. Even after the closing, you want to keep up to date with your clients and build relationship. They will give you referrals, and they will help you build book of business. Like I said, even if you're going to try to stay this in the long run, there's plenty of money to be made when you do the right thing, right? And provide value to your client, guys. Questions, concerns, anything in your mind, guys? Your struggles, anybody struggling with anything that we can help you guys out? Yep. Yeah. 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 We can hear you. Mhm. Then you can adjust. Yeah, we have to adjust the listing. So let's say if you're seeing only one or two properties, you have to either adjust the price or the area or the bedrooms, the bathrooms. You have to make your adjustments. So let's just look at this client here, right? If you're in there and you go to alerts here, no alerts here. Oh, there were. You see, it says around seven houses for this alert here, right? Yeah, I still think that's on the lower end. So if we have to make any adjustments, I would do that by clicking on edit and make any adjustments on the map. Right? I'm not touch this. This is one of our agents here, but you can make adjustments here, make it a little bit bigger, right? So either the price. So once you make these adjustments, you will see more property that's coming on. Okay. Yep. Anyone else? 50,000 dollars. So whatever price they give you, yeah, whatever price they give you, range that you guys want to put down is this person put down $100,000 difference. That's fine, but $50,000 job gets it done too. I mean, if the pre-approval was 550, then it's perfect for this person. If the pre-approval was 550, he put down $500,000 on the lower end and $600,000 on the higher end. So if it's rentals, one, the listing type here will be rentals, and the price range, you just want to put it less than whatever price range they're looking at. You know, the rentals is typically less than $3,000, but a little bit more than $1,200. So depending on how many bedrooms they're looking at, which area they're looking in, right? But the price range wise, you can put that much is fine. Okay. So you got to make your adjustments, guys. Yep. What else? Questions, concerns, anything in your mind, guys? How about open houses? Yeah, I can hear you. Go. Yeah. Sure, but this about 15-minute video here, right? Less than that on ljagent.com. That's what I want you to watch. The first one, Aslan will show you how you add a client to KV Core. The second one will show you how you set up alerts. Once you watch these, if you still need any help, you ask me. But these two videos should be very helpful. They go in depth on how to add and how to set up alerts, right? Yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, a lot of useful tools on ljagent.com, guys. Some of you guys ask me for attorney information. It's right here. It's built in on this. You guys ask for a home inspector. We have it built in here. We have Mr. Hassan's information here. And we appreciate you guys supporting him. Continue to keep supporting him as an inspector. But yeah, for new agents, his information is here, guys. Okay, but use this website. You're welcome. Any other questions, concerns, anything in your mind, guys? Okay. So we're talking about open houses, right? So if you're a new agent You have zero clients, you should still go to open houses. You have your business cards, you should have your business cards with you, and you want to go to open houses. Nobody's going to stop you to go to open houses. So this way, when you see an open house sign, go visit them. Listing agent will be happy to see you. Take a look at the property. Ask any questions to the listing agent, as you know a buyer would ask you. So this way you get the hang of it. So you're in the market. There's no harm in looking at property. You're looking at properties online, then you can look at the MLS, look at the photos that they had, and look how you're seeing it. Does those match? Is the price reasonable? You know, you want to be clients or anything. Stay, that you don't want to do that. But at the properties, right? But no agents will stop you on that. Okay. If you don't have any clients in your pipeline, right, we have ways of getting it through OpCity. I hear, like I said, with OpCity, good and the bad, there's more good than the bad. There are a few agents that have not gotten any lead. If that's the case, you have to contact OpCity, right? They're willing to work with you guys, but it's just that there's so many other realtors are working on it. They're fine. Realtor.com will not call you, or OpCity will not call you and say, hey, we see that there's an issue with your account. No, you have to call them. Okay, they're giving you leads. You want to have, once you learn this stuff, you just want to work on your clients. You know, you just want to work on your clients much as possible and just go from there. But your leads in general or your clientele every week should increase few at a time. You don't want to have hundreds of people in your pipeline. We just said if you want to make a living out of this, you can close 10 deals and make a living out of this. And I'm pretty sure that whatever profession that you guys are working right now, you guys deal with more than 10 clients a year, right? So why not 10 good clients from real estate and make a living out of that? Okay. So you guys have all the tools. If you guys need any assistant, you contact me, schedule a one-on-one appointment. We can go over anything, but we want to build your clientele, add different leads. If you're not advertising on Zillow, we recommend you do so after your first closing. If you have not closed a deal, still stick with OpCity. Trust me, it works. People are closing deals on OpCity. But if you have closed few deals, then you don't want to give up your commission to OpCity. Then you want to probably make the transition to your Zillow account. Okay. Even with Zillow, we hear all the goods and bads as well. System works, it just depends on you. If you're not happy with one zip code, change it. If you're not getting enough leads, change it to a different zip code for Zillow. Okay. But just all these systems are there, they work, just be into them. Okay. Set your goal, guys, that you want to close 10 deals and work backwards. How could I get to 10 deals? Even if you set a goal to 10 deals and you close 7 end of the year, that's still better than 3 if you are averaging 3. You want to get to 10. Okay. I hope this helps. Let me know if anyone has any questions, concerns. I'm done on my end, guys. Anything on your mind? So listing agent, that's a good question. Everybody wants to be a listing agent. Everybody should set your goal to be a listing agent. But listing agent will come, you become a listing agent with experience. Person who's trying to sell the house to you, they want to be confident that, hey, if I give you the listing, you can actually sell it. Because, they feel in a certain way that if I give you a listing and you can sell it for 6 months, most people are gonna think that there's something wrong with my property and not you. So that's why they always hesitate and they always want the best of the best when it comes to getting listing. But it's a process. You will eventually get there. But if you're brand new, I would not worry about getting listings. More, I would just worry about closing at least 5 to 10 deals. So this way you have you're really comfortable with the process. You have seen different scenarios. So when you're talking to the seller, you automatically can say, hey, yes, I went through Bob with this. I went through Susan with this. I went through that. You mentioned a couple of names. You built your confidence. You know your process. But you be on the seller side. Nobody's going to try to give you a listing when you have no experience or very little experience, right? So it's just a matter of time. But every agent's goal should be that I want to be a listing agent. You're better in control of that listing, and you can get more clients from hosting open houses and all that. So there's a lot of pros to it, but you don't get the listings right away. You can do cold calling, do a lot of other stuff, postcards, promote yourself. But then again, I don't want you to spend any of that money in the beginning. I would recommend doing that only after you close few deals. Okay. All right. Any other questions, concerns, guys? Anything on your mind that will help others? Okay. One last thing under forms here, this referral form was added for you guys recently. So if you click on this, let's say you want to refer someone, even if you want to refer someone within our office, we recommend that you have them sign this. Okay, so this is the referring agent, this is the receiving agent, and you guys are clearly pointing out what you guys gonna give to that client. So at the closing table, there's no ifs and buts, right? There's nobody be in doubt that what they're gonna get paid. This form here, it's already built in. Just fill it out, have both parties sign it, and upload it to that loop. It's called referral form in your forms here. Okay, we leave it at that, guys. We have another meeting, mortgage, in a few minutes. If you guys don't have any questions or concern, we'll get going from here, right? Nothing on your mind? Yes, Harjeet will fix your KV Core after this. If anybody else is having issues with KV Core, just send me a message. We'll get that fixed. I'm writing yours down now. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. You guys have a good one. All right. Take care. See you guys next week. All right. Take care. You're welcome. Take care. Bye. I want to go over some figures with you, and I have another meeting in 5 minutes.
I'll take 5 minutes and that's all. I'll
Yeah,
let you
sure.
take too much. I know you're busy. I just came in. Okay, right now
Mhm.
you're doing with us 200, about 200,000, 199 something, 200,000, which I wish every one of my brokers would do that.
Mhm.
So I can't complain with that. But I just want to tell you about the new company that we have that in my Lloyd's of London.
Mhm.
It's an A-rated company. They'll write with lapse of coverages, no restrictions. They write commercial packages, commercial 1 to 4 family houses. That'll show you what we do. They do a lot of stuff. They're very good. If you have anyone with lapse of coverage on it, a lot of companies don't want to write them. We can write the commercial business on that.
This for commercial.
Also, like to know if you would you like baseball? How old are your kids?
Okay, so young, 8 and 2.
So you, I don't know if you would want it then. Baseball tickets.
Baseball, yeah, sure. You can take my nephews.
Okay. I don't. Okay, here it is. Okay, right now I just had tickets in May. Here's what I have. Let me see. I have May 1st, which is
May first
that's
gone.
gone already. I let that go. Okay, I have May 18th, which is
Thursday,
Tuesday.
May 18th.
16th. I'm sorry, 16th.
Uh huh.
Well, I have 16th, 17th, or 18th.
16 should be good. Tuesday, right?
Okay. Did I use your pen for me?
This is
So you're taking Tuesday, May 16th. LJ.
probably me and Josh will go.
Excuse me?
So me and my brother will probably go.
Okay. Uh, here's what it is. It's 2 tickets
Mhm.
plus free parking.
Perfect.
So the parking you pay and you go right into the parking. There's no problem. You get in, get out. That's Wednesday, May 16th.
What's it? Tuesday, right?
Yeah, that's Tuesday. The game is 7 p.m.
Sure.
Okay, what you have to do, you have to send an email to, I'll give you the email address, S as in sugar,
Mm-hmm.
D as in David,
Mm-hmm.
at SimonAgency.com.
SD assignment
Yeah,
agency.
that's Steve Diamond at Simon Agency. Bob was in the office, offered me tickets for May the 17th. I mean, May the 16th.
May 16th. Uh-huh.
Please advise.
I
What
got you.
he'll do is he'll send you back an email telling you how you get it on your iPhone.
Perfect. Perfect. Sounds
You
good.
see,
Thank
I
you so
could
much.
never do that. I couldn't do
Oh,
that
we
because
appreciate anything you guys
I
do.
have a, I no no, I have a flip top phone.
So you don't want to upgrade, huh?
No, no
Sorry,
way.
guys. Just give me like a couple of minutes. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. But one thing, I was I was having trouble with my flip phone once, so I spoke to the manager. The manager said, "Look, I'll send you an iPhone, no charge. If you want to use it, use it. You don't want to use it, send it back. You know where it is?
Uh-huh.
In the closet."
I understand. You don't want to change this. You
No,
don't want to change.
hey, I'm 87 years old. I'm used to one. I'm used to it. Thanks a
No,
lot
no,
for
no. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll
thank you
definitely
for
know. Thank you.
seeing me.
No,
Thank you
sure.
for your business.
No problem.
Of
Thank you
course,
so
I
much.
would love more, but
No, no, I
whatever.
apologize. Yes,
Whatever.
yes, yes.
No problem. Bye. Take care. Have a good day. If you have any problems, you have my phone number. I gave you my card. Just call me. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.
Hey, good morning, guys. Oh, good afternoon. Yeah, sorry about that wait, guys. Okay, this is good. We get started in 1 to 2 minutes, guys. Okay, this is not it. Okay, I'm just waiting for okay, okay. All right, guys. You guys can't see my screen yet, right? Now, right? Now is it okay?